Alright, how's it going, guys? Welcome back. As I'm sure you all know, Invisible Woman and Mr. Fantastic have just dropped along with the brand new Marvel Rivals season. Oh my god, I'm so excited. You don't understand how long I've been waiting for this, man. It's I'm sure you guys all are as well. I'm just gonna go over a couple things with Invisible Woman today, and then out soon will be a video for Mr. Fantastic as well. Just a couple things I've noticed after playing a bunch of games with her, things you might not know, and just kind of easy tips to get more damage and more healing in all of your games, and just more utility in general. So first, let's start with her orb. It's called her psionic vortex, right? Nobody's calling it that. Okay. One thing I want to mention is that this has an insane range, right? So if you shoot it out there, it doesn't stop until way over there. So this is very useful if maybe you're trying to get into a choke with your team, and you're trying to push the enemies. Oh, I'm just gonna send my orb over there, and you can stop it early whenever you want. So it's pretty easy to aim it. You just kind of stop it whenever there's more enemies, right? And it's just very useful for throwing into chokes. And I know this isn't exactly how you're supposed to play Invisible Woman, but say I'm invisible and I'm trying to flank on somebody, I kind of use this in the deathmatch mode a little bit. I open with one of these, and then I just kind of go to town on them because they're getting sucked in and taking damage over time and everything. If they run away, I can just pull them back. Nope, you stay here. So it's very useful, very good move, and it's pretty easy to kind of tell when you need to use it and where you need to use it. So yeah, just keep in mind, you can stop it whenever you want, and if it hits an enemy or a wall or anything, it'll stop automatically, and it has a crazy range, and those are kind of the main things for that move. Another thing, let's talk about her little force push and force pull and everything. So it has crazy range. Let's see, I think it's gotta be longer than, is it 20 meters? Let's see. Yeah, about 20 meters right here. It's very cool. One thing you might not 100% have thought about is that it can pull multiple enemies at once, or push multiple enemies at once. This is very useful, again, for chokes and everything. This character is made for spamming into chokes and everything. I mean, it goes through enemies, her primary goes through enemies, and it heals her teammates and everything. I mean, it's just crazy. She's very good when everybody's all clumped together, right? So she's very good for that. Another thing that could be that you just really want to remember, her double jump puts her into invis, and her invisibility gives her a health regeneration. So basically, if you're getting jumped, it's super duper easy to get away with this character. Maybe throw a little vortex and then run away. Now you're healing up back to full. They don't know where you are, hopefully, and you're just going crazy. Let's talk about her shield real quick. So it is very useful because it heals the person that you put it next to, or anyone who is just around it in general. And you can spam this. I know I have cooldowns turned off, but this is how it works in game as well. The only way that the cooldown starts back up is if you get rid of the shield, or if it breaks. So you can just kind of spam it on whoever you want, and this can be almost like a secondary healing. So maybe you want to put it on your supports in the back, your other support, and then go back to healing your DPS or your tank, right? So they're still getting healed just in case, and they have a shield and everything. So yeah, she is just very useful when it comes to kind of keeping your other support alive, and it's just very good tip. You can move your shield whenever you want, right? Oh, this guy's about to die. Heal him up. Let's see. Super duper. This is probably the most important tip I can give you for her. At least it's the most game changing for me. I use it in every single game. It's just very useful. It can essentially double your damage and healing capability, right? So I'm going to show you real quick. Start this, right? So when somebody is moving, you have a lot lower chance of hitting both shots, right? Because they're moving away, and you just might not hit both of the shots because they're walking away from your thing, right? And that's so you're only getting half the damage you could potentially be doing. And it works the same for your teammates with healing wise. So what do? You aim at their feet. When you aim at their feet, the orb bounces back immediately, and it like kind of negates the fact that you could miss like that, right? You can miss the return. So aiming at their feet is actually huge. I do this every time I'm in like a 1v1 situation, because it's just essentially doubling the amount of damage I could possibly get. So it is very, very helpful. I absolutely use this all the time. Super duper great tip. And it also works when you're healing your allies, right? So maybe you want to heal the tank, like a Hulk or something. You're getting like double heals on them if you're aiming at their feet, like if you're just trying to hit one person. Although usually for her biggest strength is how well she does in groups like this, right? So you want to be hitting everybody at once. So only use the aiming at the feet if it's a 1v1, or you're trying to heal one person specifically a lot, right? But otherwise, I would always do this. The last thing I really want to talk about is her ultimate. So everybody knows how it works. It's just like a circle, and when you're in it, you're invisible. Same with your team, and they're getting constantly healed, and any enemies who are in it are getting slowed. So usually this would be used like as a defensive ult, but I kind of thought of a unique way you could use it, almost kind of similar to how people would use Luna ult or Mantis ult, where you are kind of convincing your team to push because they have a lot of heals now. So you can decide where her ult goes, at least relatively far in front of her, right? So say this is the enemy team over here. I want my team to push them. The whole enemy team is slowed now, and we can run in. We might not get the invisibility, but if we run in, they're slowed, and we're getting healed. So it's pretty decent ult for attacking as well, if you just kind of put it farther in front of you. So that's just that's kind of my take on her ult. If you're on defense, obviously it's great for just turning your entire team invisible and getting a massive amount of healing. So that's pretty much everything I can think of for Invisible Woman. Let me know if I missed anything really cool or important. I guess last little mini tip, her melee ends in a boop. I'm sure a lot of people have already seen this, but it's just a really cool detail you might not notice. You can kind of combo it with your force pull. So I'm going to send them away, and I'm going to pull them right back. And it's kind of interesting. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I deeply appreciate it. Get out there and play some Invisible Woman, because she is fantastic.